everyone, and welcome back to another Storytime video. And today, as per usual around this time of year, I always talk about the last year's Super Bowl that happened. Now, given that the Super Bowl is now a week later, over the past couple years, and it will continue to be, well, last year and then this year, and in the future, that has kind of thrown a monkey wrench into a couple of my plans. Well, one particular plan, in the sense that I always love to talk about the previous year's Super Bowl, and then 2 weeks later, give you guys a Valentine's Day story, because I could usually do that because based on the way the calendar fell. But now, given that the Super Bowl is 2 days before Valentine's Day, and I believe in several years it will fall on Valentine's Day. It would have fallen on Valentine's Day a couple years ago had it been pushed back, had there been a 17th or an 18th regular season week and a 17th game. But maybe if the Super Bowl falls on like February 8th or something, then I could maybe do it. And I debated whether or not I wanted to make this a Valentine's Day, but I'm like, I don't quite have a good enough one to where I want to talk about it right now. But maybe in the future I will talk about it, like next year future. But regardless, so at the end of the video, I will give my prediction. Now, I don't remember if I gave my prediction, but I did think that the Rams were going to win. I thought that they were a bit too loaded, but I did think that the Bengals would give them a really good fight. Because I know that to get to the Super Bowl, you have to be a really good team. Because you have to win 2 or potentially even 3, more than likely 3 playoff games now, before you even get to the big game. And you have to... There's 14 teams that make the playoffs every year, and about 12 to 13 of them are pretty good every single year. About 12 or 13 of them are really good every single year. Now, so basically what I thought would happen kind of happened. But it was a pretty good experience. Of course, I went out to a Super Bowl party. I don't know if I'll go out to one this year, because I'll probably have to work the day before and the day after, and the timing probably won't be great for it. So I probably won't go out to a party this year, but usually go out to a party. Yeah, basically, I mean, Odell Beckham got hurt last year. We thought he was going to play, or at least I say we. I guess the general public thought he was going to play at some point, but he didn't. And by the way, I did think that he was going to last year. He definitely should this year. But Aaron Donald should definitely retire. I thought that he was because he had been talking about it going into the game, and the way he dominated, I thought, okay, you got on top and you dominate. You basically cap a Hall of Fame career uh, by dominating in a Super Bowl. It's like, okay, cool. But he decided to come back for what coincidentally was the worst defending Super Bowl champion in history. It's just, they were just abysmal, which nobody saw coming, by the way. Nobody saw that coming, except for maybe the haters. Uh, but yeah, I thought the game was going to be a little bit higher scoring than it actually turned out to be. I'm a tiny bit disappointed in how low scoring the game was. I mean, granted, I get that 43 points is not exactly low, at least by 2000s or 90s or 80s or whatnot standards, but based on the last decade and what we have going right now, yeah, it's low. It's low. For instance, we have the two teams that are playing in this game, I believe, have each scored. They each scored 543 points. I saw that. I think that's regular season and postseason combined. But still, 543 points? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But, yeah, it was just a game. There's not too much that I can say about it. But I don't know. I'll probably be watching this year's game. I'll probably be streaming it at home. So that's how I'll end up watching it. I don't know. A roommate or two of mine might want to watch it. And if they do, then I'll watch it with them if they want. But if not, then I'll just stream it by myself. But yeah, this I know I mentioned it one time when I first started the Evils Dynasty on this channel a little over a year ago, but ever since Sunday, I just keep thinking of that one neighbor that lived across the street from my maternal grandparents, or yeah, my maternal grandparents that passed away 2.5 years ago. And I think, man, he would love to watch him win another one. Yeah, the Eagles fan that basically waited his whole life to watch them win. And he was ecstatic. And I do think the Eagles are gonna win. I think that both teams are very evenly matched offensively, and the difference is the defense. I think that, for the record, I think that Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs' defensive coordinator, is a really good defensive coordinator, but I think the Eagles' defense as a whole is better because you can't tell me one defense is better than the other when one defense struggles and the other just is loaded, especially in the front four. I mean, the Eagles have 4 players with over 10 sacks, including Hassan Reddick. The leading sacker was 16. And they have a team, well, as a team, they had 70 sacks in the regular season. And I think that combined with Mahomes' hobbled ankle definitely gives the Eagles an advantage. In terms of score, I would say somewhere in the 30s or 40s for both teams. But I think it'll be a very similar score to Philadelphia's Super Bowl a few years ago that they won. I'm going to go 49-35 Eagles over the Chiefs. Yeah, in these videos, I'm going to try to give a score prediction as well as who wins. I remember for a time in my childhood, I basically could never get them right. But I did think the Giants were going to beat the Patriots the first time around. And to this day, 15 years later, I unfortunately still brag on that like it's a major accomplishment. But yeah, that will pretty much do it for me today. And so yes, guys, I do believe that will do it for this storytime video. And until next storytime video, I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys! Thank you all for watching.